Hey guys, it's Kat and welcome to a brand new video. As you could tell by the title of today's video, yes, it is a video about the infamous Subculture Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Here on YouTube, I got it the day before I left for my trip to Texas to visit my best friend, Bunny, Graveyard Girl, for her birthday. And I decided to film it while I was in town because I really wanted to film it still. So today we are going to review it. And I'm a newbie to Anastasia, but not her products. I wear her dip brow, her brow pencil, and other products and like highlighters, but I'm not familiar with the eyeshadows. And this has been, if you heard, it has some really rough reviews on YouTube. I thought I would review it for myself since there's like this plastic thingy. Since, as you can see, it's beautiful. I really want to get the Renaissance after this, but there's been so many reviews about this being bad, and I think it is definitely because there is a lot less ingredients in each eyeshadow and people are saying it's pressed weird. But today I'm going to review it and try it on my eyes for the very first time. I will be inserting swatches with a finger swatch for each color. A lot of these are swatching very weird, especially the lighter colors. I didn't expect Cube to be having a little bit of pink in it, and some of them are very patchy, especially the color Adorned, which is that bronzy with a little bit of gold and browns. And the color Edge is just swatching very, very oddly. This palette, as you can see, is very fall autumn. I love the colors. There's definitely a mix of some warm tones like New Wave and Roxy and cool tones like Mercury and Axis. It has a perfect amount of like berry colors, forest colors, those burnt colors that are a little bit like fall leaves, and it gives you such warm feelings of Halloween. And as you could tell, I've heard that Fudge is a color that's been reoccurring in Anastasia's palettes, so that one's a new, well, repeating color, and all the other rest are newer colors. There is 3 shimmery shades, or 2. These 2, Electric and Adorn, are shimmer. Cube is like a frosted color. It has a sheen to it. But if you've seen the reviews on Twitter, YouTube, just everywhere, this palette has been getting, oh my gosh, I just nicked it with my finger, and I don't know if you could see, but that happened with the finger. But that's not really a good enough review. Let's just swatch it a little bit with my finger. And they are very, very powdery, but it did give good pigment, although I've seen this on other people's skin tones that are a lot more darker than mine, and it's a little odd. So we will just see today, see what kind of makeup look I could do today. And the base I'm going to be using today is a Too Faced Shadow Insurance because I've been using it for years. I'm familiar with it and I know that it works. A lot of people have been using MAC paint pots and other type of eyeshadow primers, but this is the primer I am going to use today because I am familiar with it. And as you can see, before I started this video, I already put on foundation, concealer, bronzer, contour, highlight, blush, all that stuff. So let's try this. I'm so sad that I already nicked Dawn. She's beautiful. And these colors, I love the names of them. I really hope this works out. People have been comparing batch numbers and everything. I need to stop ranting and just get on with the review. I am getting a flat shader brush. I did get my all-time favorite brushes since I am traveling and I'm in Texas from California. So I know these brushes work. So I'm just going to dip into Roxy. This one seems to be the most trouble. And it's a little bit of fallout, as you can see. I'm not digging into it though. I know these are powdery, and we'll see how it works. Because I'm not experiencing like a lot of fallout so far, and this one's the one that everyone's been experiencing some fallout. I'm not the type of person to really dig into my palette, but as you can see, it's very pigmented. There's been reports of this being very chalky and patchy on people's eyelids. I'm not experiencing that yet. Although we are not going to do a comparison, unfortunately, of this throughout the day because it is 3 in the morning when I'm filming this because I'm a crazy person. And I'm just going to get a little bit of Dawn, tapping it lightly. There is fallout, but I expected that after the reviews. There is fallout when I tap it, but so far I'm not experiencing what other people have been experiencing. This is just Dawn, and I'm putting it in my crease above Roxy and just seeing how it blends really. I don't know if you could see that, but that's Roxy and Dawn in the crease. Now let's go in with Fudge. That's a reoccurring color. I'm tapping it lightly. So far, Dawn and Roxy are the ones that are really, I guess, having a fallout the most. And I'm just doing it in my outer corner, tapping it lightly. Honestly, this is pigmented and I'm not seeing the reason why people don't like it so far. I made sure that all of my brushes are definitely clean. And I've used these brushes, some of these for years. Like these two especially, I've had them for years. And I think they're Sigma and Crown Brush. And a lot of people have been experiencing issues with blending the colors together and they like been melting together. Okay, I am having issues blending Roxy with chocolate fudge. I want to call it chocolate because it's got fudge, you know? I'm having a little bit of issue with those blending. It's getting muddy, but it's nothing that looks disgustingly terrible, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do a little bit of a halo-ish thing and put a little bit here. This is definitely gonna be a more, as you can see, autumn look. I might put some different bluish color on the bottom. So let's try that out. Next I'm getting, what shall I get? Probably gonna get Untamed. Mercury is a color that I'm not excited about because it's such a weird brownish gray color. It's, okay, I'm going like this and there's a lot coming off, but it's nothing crazy. These are very powdery formula, I have to admit, but I'm not experiencing as crazy of a reaction as most people are yet. You know? I'm just putting it in my outer bottom lash line. Untamed, this is called. Let me try the little brush in here. I'm not really excited about it. I never rarely use the brushes. Oh gosh, Untamed is kind of a little powdery. Do you see it right there? You have to be very careful. But they're not falling out like to here like I've seen with most people. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to think of this palette. I don't hate it like most people do. With the other end of this that came in the, okay, Roxy, she's kind of wearing down. Do you see her? But we will see, you know? I'm kind of liking this eye look though, not going to lie. You know me, I would never lie to you guys for reviews and be like, this palette sucks, just because like, I feel like everyone and their mom is reviewing this palette and saying how terrible it is. I'm getting a clean blending brush. And I'm gonna get some Dawn and put her here. When you do mix the colors, they get a little muddy when you blend them. But other than that, it's not that bad. I do hate how Fudge is blending into the transition of Dawn. That's not cute. That's the only gripe I have so far. But I'm just layering tons and tons because it's just blending into that very oddly. It's hard to blend this. Why is this eye coming out so weird? It's not blending. I wiped all the stuff off this brush that came with the palette and it's just not blending right here. But it blended. You know what? Let's try Adorn. Okay, she's pretty. I'm gonna try a little bit of Electric. And it's very, I feel like Electric, she's the one color that's very hard to, you know, show up. And I feel like she's a dupe for Makeup Geeks Karma, if you're familiar with that brand. And I'm just putting her in my inner corner. This is what it looks like so far. As you can tell, I'm not proud of this blending and I don't know why it's not blending. I know how to blend eyeshadow. Before I move on to this video, I am going to put some lashes on and a lip color and give you my final review because I feel like we've gotten a little bit somewhere with eyeshadows, and if I put more shadows on, it will get way too muddy. I really want to do more makeup looks with this, but we will see later in the future. I'm short on time because I am out of town, but I really wanted to do an honest review for someone who has worked in the makeup industry for almost 5 years now, and I am a certified makeup artist, so I have done beauty and effects, and so let's see if you're new to my channel, how this turns out. And I am very honest with my reviews. I worked with many companies, and this is not sponsored by Anastasia Beverly Hills whatsoever. As you guys know, well, you probably don't know, I do not get PR, and I'm not affiliated with Anastasia Beverly Hills. But let me get my eyelashes on and my lipstick and give the final review with the whole look. So guys, I just put on my lashes and my lip color. This is the Kat Von D Lolita 2, and I did not huge lashes so that you could see the eyeshadow color. See how like weirdly it's blending? This side looks better, but this side it's like creasing a lot, and I try to fix it literally 4 to 5 times, and it's not blending. It's just being weird, and it's creasing into like my lid, like where the fold of my eyelid is. I've never worked with an eyeshadow palette quite like this. I would only use it probably for the colors in like certain areas and blend with other colors. This blends so terribly, and there definitely is fallout. Not as bad as some people have been saying, but as you can see, there's a lot of fallout, and I've only tapped into all of these around 2 to 3 times. My first time using this palette, and there definitely is more fallout than I'm used to with other eyeshadow palettes, and I just do not understand this whatsoever. Maybe it definitely is because they use less like actual materials to make each individual eyeshadow. This color New Wave is popping up further towards the outer part of this shadow palette. Like these are all inset, and this one's like popping out, which is weird. And this color doesn't look like, I don't know how it's showing on camera. It looks more orange on camera, but in person it's like a muted pukey yellow with a little bit of orange, like watered down orange juice, and it's not that pretty of a color. And I just don't know what to think about this palette, guys. Let me know what you think, comment down below, because this just is not cutting it for me. It's not worth the $48. I used my own money to pay for this. A lot of YouTubers have been getting PR packages from Anastasia, and I'm not trying to bash the company whatsoever. Anastasia Beverly Hills makes beautiful products. I'm a fan of a lot of their products, but this eyeshadow in general, not all companies can make perfect products all the time. This one is just not, it's just not my favorite. I feel like you could buy so many better things like Makeup Geek, or there's so many better eyeshadows out there. Tarte's palettes are superb, and not trying to compare companies either, but you should save your money on this palette unless you really love the colors like I do. I do love the colors. I would use it like in a certain spot on a lid, but not in the crease. Putting this in the crease is like taking a gamble, because I would not professionally use this on set or on anybody else because it does not blend well in the crease. It just is patchy. I heard it oxidizes later on. We can't test that today, but leave me a comment down below again what you guys think about this. Again, I'm not trying to bash anyone or any companies, but these are just my thoughts and ideas on someone who's been working in the makeup industry. And so yeah, you can subscribe for more videos. I don't usually do reviews, but I do crazy makeup transformations of effects and some beauty makeup looks. Just let me know what y'all think. I didn't really wanted this to work out. Honestly, I'm one of those people who roots for the underdog and hoping that, not that I don't think people were lying per se, but I was just hoping that it wasn't as bad as people were saying. But this is not that great, and it is probably one of the top 5 lowest eyeshadow palettes I've used. Like, it's not the best, but we will see. And I love you guys. I'll see you in another video. There's great things coming up. Talk to you later. Bye.